to another video. In today's video we're going to be rebuilding the Teleflex system on the handlebars of the Lambretta LC. I was intending to do a full rebuild, but unfortunately today I realise there's a few little bits and pieces I'm missing, particularly for the handbrake and throttle cables. So we'll do another video on those at a later date, but we'll crack on with looking at the Teleflex system. And a big shout out to Crane Fix in Birmingham, who restored the handlebars from looking like this to like this. I'm a fan of keeping all the original bits where possible, so even things like the handlebar nuts I've had re-chromed. Cost more money than buying replacement ones, but at least they're the original ones on the Lambretta. So let's crack on. So one of the things we need to do is get the Teleflex cable through. You'll note on the end here there's a ferrule which is on. I've already loosened this to take it off, but what you need to do is make sure you don't damage the outer cable or the ferrule itself. So I put an old sock around both of these and gradually unwound it so that it would come off like this, which then allows us to feed it through the body. So you need to feed this through down the handlebars and out this point here. There we go, all the way through. So next we need to remove the outer cable. And in here there's a special brass connector which goes on, which screws into the end piece. Okay, obviously making sure that's on the right way. Now I need to feed this through, which hopefully will go through reasonably easily. We're not quite in square. Just need to try and turn him around a little bit. Okay, so unfortunately I'd lost one of the screws for this, so I'm just having to do a new one. As you can see, it's sitting slightly proud, so I just need to file it so it sits flush and doesn't bind on the handle when the shifter turns around. You'll also note on these, whilst Crane Fix did a fantastic job of actually chroming them, it was slightly tight because the thickness of the chrome was had enlarged the shaft itself, so I've had to sand those down with the Dremel just to get it back to the base coat of the copper when they were plating it, which just then sits nicely and just gives it enough movement. May just ease this size a little as well. So next thing we've got to do is feed this through its sheathing. Going in nicely, there we go, all the way through. That's great, all the way through there. Okay, then we can pull that back through here. So what I'm going to do is grease up all of this, nice and lubricated. And we can get the handle on. we can get this line through. Drop through simply like that. And then what we have is a series of washers that sit neatly in here then. 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. Hopefully the grease will just hold those in place while I have the ones on the bottom. There we go. Just have to seat nicely in there. That's it on both sides there. And then we've got the sleeve which sits over the top of that. Nicely. And we've got the little plugs that just sit in the hole there. With that. Just like that. Beautiful. Oops. One just dropped out there. This is a trick I learnt with my son with his scootering in the past that basically helped getting the grips on if you actually lubricate them with a little bit of hairspray. This actually dries off quite quickly afterwards and they grip nicely, but just helps it slide as you're getting it on. So the end caps, I put these on the lathe. They were quite bashed, obviously. Sanded them over and I've got them looking quite nice now, so those will drop in nicely with a little captive pin that goes through the end of it. There we go, that's in nicely. Let's slide this back now. There we go. Teleflex in. One final thing to do is just to put the ferrule back on the end of it, which we can slip on here. We can wind that nicely back on there, probably with a little bit of assistance. So trying not to damage it. So there we go, all on and fixed in place. One Teleflex ready to go. I've got all the screws all nicely completed and shined up, so those are ready to go in. I'll be doing the brake and the throttle cables in a later video because I'm missing the connectors which go into here. So thanks for watching and look forward to the next video.